Okay, so I am continuing my plan to come back into your good graces. That is what I heard the divine masculines say, and I got so much energy, and I just felt so energetic and like with a lot of passion. The word that I would use is I felt so pumped for that message, for that just hearing that and the energy that came from that message. But that is what I heard them say. Okay, so let me do a proper introduction. Hello, love. Thank you for tuning in and joining me for this message. This video, we're going to be pulling some playing cards for oracle messages and going to be seeing what the Spirit has to say to us today about, you know, the different energies that I've been getting and what they want to share with us about it on this platform. So before we start, I want to take a moment to welcome the Holy Spirit and thank the heavens for being with us at this present moment. Thank you, Lord, for gracing us with your presence and all that you are. Okay, so we're going to get into that message. So I was meditating and just really hearing from the Spirit and getting messages and insight from the Spirit, and they were sharing with me a lot about the divine masculine's energy and the divine feminine's energy at this present moment on this day. And what was really being said was, what was being shared was that there are so many divine feminines that are stepping into their gifts, their power, their truth, and their purpose. I feel like this came after some sort of, I would say letdown, but not necessarily a letdown, but just some sort of large change, a huge change in the life and in the life of the divine feminine. I would say that this, whatever change it was, and I feel like it was multiple changes, but these things, they may not have seemed that great, that positive. They may not have, you know, left a really good feeling in the divine feminine, but they were all for the purpose of getting the divine feminine to her place of knowing. It's like stepping past believing, where I believe in myself, I believe I can do this, or I believe in God, or I believe in the heavens and the Holy Spirit, to I know myself. I know who I am. I know God. I know the heavens. I know the Holy Spirit. It's definitely an elevation. It's definitely a movement into more truth, more knowing, understanding. But the thing about it is I think the thing that they really wanted to share was that, yes, a lot of divine feminines know this now, and it's been developing for quite some time now. But what a lot of us as divine children or divine individuals in general may not have realized was also the work that the divine masculines have been doing in their spirit. You may not feel like we can see this as a collective, but the spirit has been doing so much work. So while the divine feminines are stepping into purpose, stepping into these gifts, the divine masculines, I've been told, have been able to access their different powers as well. And this may be something that has been subtly done, done very discreetly, but yet it's been done very powerfully. So I was told, do not underestimate the work that is done in everyone. The work that is being done in the body of the collective, the spirit of the collective. So this is a collective reading, so you will have to take the energy, the details, everything as it resonates with you. I was told, and I was shown, like, the divine masculines looking through these, like, official documents. I was shown them looking through these records and like photo books, and it was just like all types of photos from different eras. Like, there was black and white photos, there was photos that were taken that could have been like today, there was photos that were like drawn, but they were in these like regular looking photo albums. It wasn't in like a, you know, it wasn't just like a newspaper or something like that, but they were like different things that were in large photo albums. And what the spirit was telling me was that the divine masculines right now are accessing the Akashic records. And they're accessing these Akashic records, going through all of these different pictures, these different photos, and these different documents, learning themselves, and it's like I could see them looking at people and recognizing like exactly who they are. I could see them even seeing like their divine feminine, their match, and knowing exactly who they are, when the divine feminine may not even have all of that information herself. So I was seeing these different things that the spirit was showing me, and I was, you know, it was like the divine masculine, they were going towards this new knowledge, this new truth that they found, this new wisdom. And so what I heard was that if you get a knock at your door or run into someone and they feel like they know you or seen you before, maybe they have, maybe this is someone that you do know. If this is the divine feminine, if you're the masculine, you may be seeing people and feeling like you recognize them, or you know things about them that they probably didn't tell you. So a lot of that has, you know, is going on right now, and that's what the spirit showed me. And I heard the divine masculine say, I'm continuing my plan to come towards you. I'm continuing my plan to be back in your good graces. And I feel like this means like not just, you know, a couple or a situation that had a falling out, but I feel like this was also referring to lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, and meeting each other and seeing each other and being back with one another again. And they're saying, I'm continuing my plan to come back into your good graces. And they were specifically talking to the divine feminine. So the spirit did say, you know, if people do show up at your door, or if you do end up reconnecting with someone from your past, it could be just a friend that all of a sudden they're coming to you differently, or all of a sudden, you know, something changes in the dynamic, that this person may have access to some sort of information that you may not realize, they may not even realize. But in their spirit, in their soul, there's some sort of connection and truth that has been seen and shared with them. But there is a different side to it. So there is more to it, more to know. Because with all of these divine masculines coming into this knowing and understanding these different faces, these different spirits, these different connections that they've had, not all of them will be your divine masculine. Not all of them who come to you will be your soulmate, lover, or twin flame. Not all of them will. But there is a reason why they're connecting with you. And what the Spirit told me is that sometimes what will have to happen once this connection is made, once this realization has come with these divine masculines entering these Akashic records, is that sometimes they'll have to go through past people, different people who weren't necessarily a soulmate or a twin flame, or possibly a soulmate, but a different type of soulmate than a romantic connection. And in this connection, they may come to you and know things about you, but the energy could get a little bit, if you don't stay in a certain place in the truth, if you don't stay in a certain place in wisdom, then you could end up going towards someone who is not necessarily a twin flame, but some sort of match in your connection. So you'll have to be careful as to if this connection is a karmic connection, a soulmate connection, a lover's connection. The importance is understanding the placement of the individual that you're connecting with. And for that, you would have to be in connection and communication with the Holy Spirit to know the truth of that. So let's pull some cards and figure out what these different connections are all about, what's going on in the energy right now, and what the Spirit has to tell us about that message through the cards and oracle messages. Okay, so the camera died because the battery was actually getting low, but I am gonna pull the cards. The Spirit wanted me to also let you all know that it's important to know that sometimes to get to your truth, there's sometimes you have to get through the lies as well, because there's lessons in getting through that deceit and that deception, which makes you appreciate being in the truth even more. So when it comes to getting through, or getting to your lover or your twin or your high level soulmate, sometimes you do go through these karmic connections or these things that you're learning from that say, no, this isn't me, this isn't for me. So that way, when you do have the person or experience the person that is for you, and you already know from inside, you already know from a deep connection and a deep knowledge of that person that they're the ones, that then it means more to you. But when it comes to this particular message with the masculines accessing these records, it's saying that they know who you are, but in some way there's still lessons that a lot of them still need to learn, still need to go through. And so if you are a feminine energy and a masculine energy comes to you, you'll have to have discernment of whether or not that masculine energy is there for a lesson or truly or there for true love. Either way, it is love, but that doesn't mean that it's for it's your one. It's the true union. And for the males, for the masculines, it's the same thing. If you go towards a feminine energy, then you'll have to have discernment of whether or not you went there or you are there for a lesson, or if you are there for your ultimate love. And this is what the Spirit is saying, that you have gained access to this knowledge. And a lot of the women have stepped into their truth, their power, and their purpose, and they're living their lives based off of the purpose that they have, the mission that they're on in their life. So, when you find your one and you're with your one, you both can help one another, support one another, assist one another in the purpose of oneness. And if this is your twin flame match, or even the lovers, or a soulmate, like a true soulmate, then you'll be able to support one another in whatever works it is that you are intended to do here in this place. Okay, so let's pull some cards and figure out what it is that we are being told right now. I'm gonna pull 5 from the blue to start off and 5 from the red. Okay. Okay. And I'm not reading reversals. I know that, for the playing cards specifically, the reversals really don't matter, because a lot of them, when it comes to the 6 and the diamonds and all, and even the 7, it's not really reversal. However, sometimes for me, I see things like the hearts and things like that being reversed. So if there are more hearts that are, for example, facing downward, I see that as reversed. And if there are more that are facing upwards, then I see that as upright. But it's just kind of, my thing when it comes to reversals in the playing cards. Most of the times it doesn't matter unless it's like the Joker or the spades or aces or something like that, that there's only one on the card. So when I say I'm not reading reversals, it's usually for the cards that actually really look reversed or can be read reversed, but not all of them can. Actually, I just pulled this blue. These are the blue cards. So I'm going to go ahead on and pull 5 from the red. And please keep in mind, again, this is a collective reading, so you'll have to take the energy as it resonates with you. And also, this is a collective reading. And also, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, there's nothing in the message that is a coincidence. So even that, even as I was gonna say that there's nothing in the message that is a coincidence, everything is intended, everything is meant. So, if it is a coincidence, it's because there's deeper meaning to that coincidence. So therefore, we say it's not a coincidence. Here, I'm gonna go ahead on and pull 5. I really hope my camera doesn't go out. because I didn't charge it fully. I just wanted to get this message out. However, if it does go out, it doesn't matter because we're going to get this message anyway. And I'll just put it on the charger for a little more again and come back and pick up exactly where we left off. But let's try and get some messages here now. So this top row, when I see this Queen of Diamonds, I feel like this is the feminine energy. And this is in the spiritual, the blue backs. So I feel like this is the feminine energy in her power and in her abundance spiritually. And I feel like that's what this is showing. This here, 6 of Diamonds, I feel like this is saying that there's some sort of balance that is not quite done. Okay, so the camera did cut out again, but no worries, the spread is still here. We were on this 6 of Diamonds, which was showing some sort of, this was the card for balance, but this 6 is showing that there's more to come when it comes to balance. I feel like there's more to learn. The 7th being the 7 being the rest day, or some sort of completion being done, some sort of perfection being made. The 6 is sort of like shy of perfection, imperfection. I feel like here this is saying there's more balance to be done. There's something that still needs to be balanced when it comes here to this abundance here in the spirit with this Queen. So something with the feminine energy having her balance, there's still, or having her abundance, there's still balance that is being, that's kind of getting there. And here with this 7 of Diamonds coming from this 6 to the 7, I feel like it's saying that that is definitely being done. That balance is being completed within her. That balance is actually being made. This is another diamond. All of these are diamonds, so it's also saying abundance. This is also some sort of message about the ancestors gifting her with something. I feel like this is gifting her with all that she is, all that belongs to her, all that is her. When it comes to this 6 here and this 7 of Diamonds, of something that is riches, I think this is also speaking to her divinity and the fact that she is a divine feminine here. Again, this is the blue back card, so this is in the spiritual. Okay, and with this 9 of Hearts in the blue backs, I feel like there is a completion being made in the heart, in love, when it comes to the spirit. But again, it's not a 10, so it's just shy of 10. This is shy of another completion. There's like a block here. Sometimes I read this as a block, but I'm reading this here as, in terms of the 9, 1 shy of 10, as in this love is getting there. This love is I'm hearing like almost there, almost fulfilled, because when I hear the 10, it's the highest number in the deck. I feel like that is some sort of fulfillment. This 9 being just shy of this fulfillment is saying that it's so close. And you probably know this, you probably feel this as the divine feminine, for the divine feminines watching in this collective. For this 3 of Hearts, this is my number for juggling, but it's also my number for strength. When it comes to this, I feel like when it comes to this 3 and this heart, this love, I feel like the juggling and the strength is both here in this. This may not be juggling in terms of anything that is I would say, much of a distraction, because again, all of this is speaking towards some sort of inner knowing, some sort of going towards balance, going towards abundance, and actually having that balance and abundance already, knowing of it. And so with this Three of Hearts, the juggling, I don't think that the juggling is so much of a distraction as it is coming to some sort of completion. So, because I'm getting a lot of completion cards too, as in almost complete, almost there. It's almost like saying, continue on the path, continue on the path. This top reading, starting off with the Queen here, was a huge divine feminine energy. So that's what I'm reading for that when it comes to the divine feminine. And I'm also hearing, like, read this as well for the divine masculine. So when I read it for the divine masculine, I do feel like he does know of this Queen. I do feel like he does see his abundance and a part of his wealth, his riches in the heaven, as being with this Queen, a part of this Queen. I feel like she is a part of who he is, and them being one, it's almost like this abundance is in their oneness, in their unity. So again, coming into balance, I feel like this is the same message, but it's just saying, confirming that I know who she is. This Three of Hearts is really standing out a lot to me right now, especially for the males. It kind of goes back to that story of going through these different individuals, these different people that you are knowing of, in accessing the knowledge that you've gained. And you're going through these different lessons into the truth, almost like going into the truth of this Queen here. Coming from this juggling place. For me, the strength is heavy when it comes to the divine feminine, but the juggling is more heavy when it comes to the divine masculine. And it's not always the case where, you know, a masculine is some sort of like a player, or always having other people involved, other partners or something like that. That's not the case at all, because that's not always so. But in this situation, there is something when it comes to the heart that the divine masculine, I feel like, is having to make some sort of decision on. This does not have to be a romantic situation, but it could be. This could be this could be a financial juggling in something that your heart is in, maybe an investment or something, maybe a home. I'm hearing having to like sell a home, having to sell some sort of property or split some sort of property. But either way, there's some sort of juggling going on here in the heart. Here, I feel like it does have something to do with some sort of property. I also hear that it has something to do with investments. This could be an investment in a person as well. Perhaps the divine masculine feels like they may have invested a lot in a person that they didn't get a lot back from their investment. Maybe someone had betrayed them, and this left their heart kind of torn. So I'm getting different messages from this now, and I'm, getting information, getting details, and, getting insight from the Holy Spirit on the masculine. I'm getting different messages from this. I really do feel like it could be all of these situations, and perhaps the divine masculine has gone through a lot when it comes to the heart, when it comes to trust, when it comes to their investments in people, places, and things. But it's almost like getting past all of this and seeing now in those records, in those memories, in those details that they have gotten access to, the truth that they have gotten access to, they see this queen. It's almost like, you know what? That's what I'm hearing. It's healing to know of this queen here. It's almost as if they don't even have to think about any of this at all when it comes to this juggling of the heart, when it comes to this investment going wrong. Thinking of this queen here is healing. Knowing from in their spirit, these being the spiritual cards again, the blue backs, knowing in their spirit this queen is healing some pain of this past. They could have even been juggled. They could have even been, because there was something strong about understanding that the masculine energies are not always those who are, players. And some people think that, some people think like that. But no, that does not always have to be the case. Okay, so when we get down to this bottom row here in the physical, in the red back cards, this is, if we continue with reading for the divine feminine first and then the divine masculine, here for the divine feminine, I feel like when I see this spades, it's truth and wisdom. So when I see this seven of truth and wisdom, there's some completion with the divine feminine when it comes to truth and wisdom. And the fact that it is aligned with this this queen here, I feel like this is saying that in the physical world, this queen has aligned with her truth and wisdom and completed some sort of truth and wisdom in the physical world, knowledge of this truth and wisdom. So this being the truth card for me and the seven being some sort of rest, some sort of completion, is saying that for the queen, this card is absolutely true. There is reading it in its true way is definitely aligning with this queen. For the male, the masculines here, with this king of spades, this is the truth, and this is the masculine energy. And I feel like this is aligning with his balance and his abundance here in spirit. I feel like that comes after accessing that information for him. But reading it for the divine feminine here, this is saying that she's found power and authority in her truth. This face card as the king is an authority figure, and this spades is truth. I feel like her power is in her truth. She's also had some sort of completion, some sort of fullness, fulfillment in love. I feel like this is inner love. I feel like this is coming from herself, coming from inside. And she's able to experience this here in the physical world. Inner love, self-love. That's what this 10 of hearts is signifying to me for the divine feminine. This 6 of clubs here is a balanced life. The clubs usually symbolize to me a cycle of life, life pattern, game of life, tree of life. I feel like whatever this is to her in life, this 6 is symbolizing some sort of balance here. I'm seeing an elevation too. A lot of times I read 6s as elevation because it looks like level 1, level 2, and level 3. And if you're reading it as not reversed, where reversed would be going from level 3 down. We're not reading reverse here. So this is actually elevating, going up. This Jack of Clubs is saying that even though this is the lowest phase, I feel like this is saying there's a growth in life. You can only go up from here, because in the playing cards, the face cards are Jack to Queen to King. And going Jack to Queen to King, it's saying that in life here with this clubs, you can only go up from here. I feel like this is growth for the divine feminine. When it comes to the divine masculine with this seven of spades, what I'm seeing here is that there's some sort of perfection in the truth being done. The spades is my card for truth. 7 is a completion, it's a rest, it's a perfection. But what I usually read it as its truest self is some sort of rest in truth. So what I'm reading this as here now is some sort of perfection of the truth. And I think that's what the heavens, the spirit is doing for him, for the divine masculine, and finding and having the knowledge of this queen here. When it comes to moving into this king of spades for the divine masculine, this is him finding himself, and knowing his truth, which leads him to this 10 of hearts, this completion in love. When he finds himself, he sees all that is a part of him, including his divine feminine. Wow, this message really must be very powerful and very true, because there is something that keeps wanting to stop this message from coming out, but we're going to get it out anyway. We're going to be persistent. We're going to be diligent in getting this message, because this is something that the divine feminines and the divine masculines need to know right now. So with this, when it comes to the divine masculine, this is really, being perfected in the truth because of the knowledge of this queen, going into his truth and being, more of your truth and headed into your truth is leading to this completion in love. And this completion in love here is a balance in life, and also a progression or growth in life here. So from the 10 of hearts, this being a completed love is allowing this 6 of clubs, this balanced life. I'm hearing a completion of a life cycle. Some sort of life cycle that wasn't working out. It was imperfect. This 6 is also a number for imperfection. So this right here is 6. It does not have to be negative. It doesn't have to be bad thing. It doesn't have to be seen as evil. But this here, this imperfection can also mean that there is more to come. There is perfection to come. There is work to be done, which is not a bad thing at all. But this is saying that there's some sort of life cycle that was ending and headed into perfection. Okay? This perfection comes with the spiritual love, the help of the spirit, the support of the spirit. And I'm hearing the love of heaven. Yes. So, and I hear heaven loves you. Whoever you are, you're a divine masculine. Heaven loves you. Okay? And it's going into this life that there's so much more. There's so much more to life. And I feel like you experience this in the physical world here as this red back cards. You experience this in the physical world, that there's more to life, and you had to understand that and know that to come out of this, some sort of brokenheartedness, some sort of place where someone once was juggling you, or perhaps coming from out of a cheating situation that you were in with someone who was a cheater, or someone who didn't do you right, who wronged you. But you're seeing that there's more to life. I'm also seeing that I'm hearing that this Jack in life is who you were for a very long time. Someone who had lowered your the Jack being the lowest face in the card deck. This is someone who lowered your standards because of the hurt that someone had put you through. Okay? You're coming out of that. You're coming out of that. And it was just like how these were, it's like when we were talking up here, and you can rewind the video back, go back in the video, but it was like the spirit was showing me kind of the jump from this to this. This queen was helping to heal in the spirit, because these are the blue back cards, helping to heal this brokenheartedness. This feeling here. And I feel like these two are also jumping and balancing each other out. And that's why these balances are coming up too, because these two are balancing each other out as well, where this perfection of the truth, this finding the truth is, and knowing the truth, from accessing this information that has been given to you, because it takes you to accept it. You know, it's one thing to just know the information, hear the information, and be given the information, but you have to also accept it, right? And I feel like these are balancing each other out, this perfection and the truth in the physical world as a red back card, and this rising from out of this low standard of living, low standard of life. It's like you're realizing that you can be the king of your truth. You are the king of your truth. Who else is but than you? You are the authority over your truth. It belongs to you. It's yours. It's a gift to you as a divine masculine. Okay, so we're going to pull some more cards. I think we're actually just going to pull one from the blue deck to get one final, one overall message. The overall message that Spirit wants to say to us right now about this message. This has been a journey. This has been a journey. I think the camera, it died twice. And then I had to delete some of the older videos that I had in it, because it was full. So that's also a message too. You know, take it how it resonates. I mean, there's so many messages in that. The camera died twice, and then I had to delete footage from the past twice as well. So, you know, I'm hearing so many stories based on that. I'm hearing how the Spirit had to repair your mind and show you these memories and show you the truth of these memories, because I'm hearing you did not see them correctly. For the divine masculine, you saw them falsely. You may have had access to these records before, but you weren't even viewing them in truth, right? And that could be a part of the message too, of going towards some karmics, going towards some energies that were not good for you, because you did not read the records. You did not view the photos. You did not view the information that was given to you correctly. And the Spirit stepped in and says, no, align your sight, align your vision with the vision of heaven and see this in truth. Okay, so let's pull one more card and see what the Spirit has to tell us in these blue backs cards representing the Spirit. See what it is that the Lord has to share with us, that the heavens have to share with us. Okay, a little bit more shuffling. That the ancestors and the angels want to give us right now regarding this message. Okay. I'm hearing 3 more shuffles. Okay. These cards are really wanting to pop out too. Okay. And funny how the last one kind of didn't jump out, but okay. Wow. We got this as a message. This 3 of Hearts was here in the message on the top row in the spiritual backed, the blue back cards. And it was in pertaining to juggling for the divine masculine and strength as well, but more so juggling. And it was also for the divine feminine pertaining to juggling, but more so strength. So I feel like this is saying to the divine feminine that you do have strength in love. You do have strength in your love. You have found strength in love. And for the divine masculine, I feel like this is saying you also find strength in love coming out of a situation that you were juggled in, you probably invested too much into, and it was not giving to you. It was not serving you. But I feel like for both the divine masculine and the divine feminine, this is strength and love, and also coming out of some sort of juggling of a love investment or a love situation. Okay, so take that how it resonates for you, but that is the last message. And I believe that they just wanted to confirm that, yes, when it comes to the strength and when it comes to that juggling situation, they see it, they know it, and that's what's there. That's what this is true. And you're coming out of any situation that doesn't serve you, and you're going into a situation that is strong. Okay? So that is the message, and I will catch you all in the next video. Shalom.